Good morning and welcome to the Cryptonometron. The news of today, obviously Bitcoin has broken the $12,000 mark and it looks set to go even higher. This is going to get very boring every time I have to do a news article about Bitcoin breaking a new all-time high. The next one will be $13,000, $14,000. It will be pretty much a daily or weekly occurrence. There's no stopping it now. Bitcoin is going parabolic and it's going to go higher. It's not stopping. Fear of missing out is now overwhelming for a lot of people, and not to mention the fact that media coverage is really blanket now for all the mainstream media networks, BBC, CNN, CNBC, you name it. They're all covering Bitcoin on their financial sections. They can't explain it. They don't understand it. They are worried, and rightly so, because what they're worried about, what the main financial institutions are worried about, is this Bitcoin is a extinction event for the banks. It is a revolution in financial markets. It's going to render everything that they knew and all their economy completely worthless and invalid. And it really is a more major than most people actually realize, and the value is one thing, and the value as we see is continuing to increase, but the real value behind it is the way it changes how we use money and gives us new freedom of money. Tokyo Financial Exchange is now going to offer Bitcoin futures again. We spoke about futures previously. It's a way to sort of bet on the future price of anything, and it looks like Japanese, who are already recognizing Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and regulating them, legitimizing them, are going to also offer Bitcoin futures. They have trading partners such as JP Chase and Barclays Bank. So again, more mainstream acceptance. This is not going away, guys. You know, even 6 months ago, I had people telling me, "Oh, what's all this about Bitcoin? You know, isn't it a scam? Isn't it a Ponzi?" Well, people are starting to realize that this is here to stay. It's not going away, and the banks are now coming round to it as well. So, exciting times ahead. This is not a joke. There is a Bitcoin fork coming on Christmas Day, and they are going to fork Bitcoin and birth Bitcoin God. And I'm not joking, this is serious. The ticker will be GOD, and it is going to be another Bitcoin fork. As we can see, it will launch on Christmas Day, and will break off from legacy blockchain and go its own way. And the well-known Chinese crypto investor Chandler Guo, hope I pronounced that right, has revealed he's launching it, and it will be not pre-mined and will be done at the block height of 501,225. The total amount will be the same as Bitcoin, 21 million. So that's interesting. Also, somebody creating another Bitcoin clone called Bcash. Some anonymous person has actually outlined a plan to issue a new cryptocurrency that uses the existing Bitcoin ledger, but with the Zcash privacy technology. So another fork, and this all started at the start of December, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Elsewhere, JP Morgan doing a complete U-turn on their initial statements that Bitcoin was a fraud, and they are now saying it could be the new gold. I think, again, they're just starting to work it out now. It's getting through to them that it's not going away and it's not a scam, and these financial institutions need to be involved in some way in Bitcoin. Otherwise, they're gonna lose out completely. So from the chairman, Jamie Dimon, saying it was a Ponzi or a fraud, the company JP Morgan has now gone 180 degrees and is saying it is possibly could be in the future a reliable long-term way to store your wealth. You can buy a Caribbean island for 600 Bitcoin. If you really want to sell 600 Bitcoin right at this moment, you must have a hell of a lot of Bitcoin if you want to sell 600 of them or get rid of 600 of them at the moment. I know what I'm doing with my Bitcoin. I'm holding on. And even actually just to sidetrack a little bit, there are a lot of these financial advisors in Bangkok and Thailand and other cities in Asia that prey on expats, and I've started to receive, I don't know how they get my number, I don't know how they get my details, I've started to receive the phone calls and the emails and the LinkedIn messages asking me what I'm doing with my Bitcoin, do I want to invest it? No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do anything with my Bitcoin. I want to hold on to my Bitcoin. That's all I want to do. I'm not even going to buy a Caribbean island. I wish I had that much Bitcoin. I don't, but I wouldn't buy anything at the moment with Bitcoin. You are far better off just holding on. And to all these financial advisors that keep calling me every day, not interested, guys. Don't waste your time. I've got my own plans. I'm invested in my own way in cryptocurrency. I don't need your advice. I've been doing it longer than you. I know more about it than you do. Next, the PetroDollar. We mentioned it the other day. This is not the Venezuelan currency that they've announced they're going to launch. This is in fact another coin of its own, in its own right, that was launched back in 2014, I believe. It's called the PetroDollar, or the ticker XPD. It had a massive pump the other day. I think we saw it when it was up at, it was up by 1,600% or thereabouts. So massive pump, probably on the news of the Venezuela issuing their own cryptocurrency backed by oil, gold and silver, called the Petro. And that's coming soon. But this is not it, guys. This is just another pump and dump currency. It's not very interesting. This article calling it a scam coin. It looks very like a scam coin, I have to admit. The two websites, we tried to connect to it the other day, we couldn't get through. The websites are asking you to download something, and the other one has a misspelled header. So this one I would avoid, guys. You probably get burnt if you get into it. And just to reiterate, it's not issued by the Venezuelan government, this one, this PetroDollar. It's something completely different. And of course, I couldn't have a news article today without again mentioning CryptoKitties. Everybody's getting in on it. It's slowed down the Ethereum network almost to a standstill because everybody's playing it. Everybody's buying these crypto pets, these virtual cats. And if you don't know what it is, it's basically a game based on the Ethereum blockchain that allows you to buy, trade, and in effect nurture your own digital pet. So the other day, I think I mentioned somebody paid, what was it, 129 Ethereum for one of these kitties. An incredible amount of money. I mean, just ridiculous. And there's also now, there's been an estimated $4.5 million has been spent on these cartoon cats. It's just incredible. And of course, with the volume that's going through, it has slowed down the Ethereum network, and fees have gone up. So the price of a CryptoKitty, if you want to go and buy one, is currently approximately $23. And there you go. The game's top cat was bought for $117,712 when it sold last Saturday. Just incredible. I don't know who's got the money to be paying that for a digital cat, but I wish I was in his shoes. So that's CryptoKitties. There's the website. It looks very well done, I must admit. I'm probably not going to get involved. I'm far too busy with everything else, and I can just see this. Anybody who gets involved in this, it's like the Pokemon Go craze. It's just going to eat up your free time. But it looks very interesting. And next thing I want to talk about is Presearch has just come off ICO and onto the exchanges, and it's already rocketing up. It's up something like 140% today. So it's doing exceptionally well. If you don't know what Presearch is, it is a decentralized search engine that's powered by the community. Very interesting project. I didn't get involved with it, unfortunately, at the ICO stage. It was on my radar, but my funds were tied up elsewhere, unfortunately, so I didn't have any spare funds to put into this, which is a shame because I did like the project, and I had a quick look at it previously and it looked like it had legs. So well done to everybody that got in on the ICO and pre-sale there. So let's just have a quick look at what it's doing in the markets. There we are, it's up 120%. Only been on the exchanges for a couple of days. It's currently only on HitBTC exchange. That's the only place you can get it. I'm sure more exchanges will follow. I would imagine this one is going to go considerably higher than it already is. 23 cents currently. with a total supply of 250 million. I'm not sure what the circulatory supply is going to be, but I would imagine this one has still got some upward potential. So let's just quickly look at the markets today. Of course, the story today is Bitcoin, but let's not forget about IOTA, and I have to mention it again. It has gone up, and it just keeps defying all odds, guys. It's gone absolutely parabolic. As I mentioned before, the reason for this is the partnerships with all these massive conglomerates, Samsung, Fujitsu, Microsoft, and many, many others, really cementing IOTA as the choice cryptocurrency for the Internet of Things with their Tangle technology, which doesn't work as clunky or as difficult as blockchain, but it's got many benefits over blockchain. I should maybe do a comparison video, Tangle versus blockchain, to let you guys know how it actually works. So anything else of interest? Monero doing fantastically well. I believe some pop stars have announced that they're going to use Monero to receive payments. Stellar Lumens. I don't know much about Stellar Lumens. Somebody's asked me in the comments to do a video on it, so I may well look into Stellar Lumens. Monacoin doing fantastically well. Let's see what else we got here. Quite a lot in the red. And Einsteinium, again, just on its way up. So congratulations if you're into that. Power Ledger, no good news. And I think the fever of Power Ledger now is subsided, and we're into just the, you know, the sweating out of our system phase. Has Power Ledger got more potential? I would say longer term, yes. But the cryptocurrency world today, guys, it's you know, it's a fad almost. One currency comes out, and you know, it's the next best thing, and it's you know, it's all in the spotlight for a week or two, or a month or two, and then it's quickly forgotten. There's so many ICOs and so many new currencies coming out. It's dog eat dog, and that's essentially what's happening. These good projects like Power Ledger, well-researched projects that are going to do well in the future, you know, they can't be in the spotlight all the time. So it will sort of fade away for a while, and then when there's some more big news, partnerships or whatever, I'm sure it will resurface. But it's the same with everything, not just Power Ledger. Let's have a quick look. And Navcoin, Privacy Coin doing well. Chainlink starting to recover. Was down at 12 cents or something. That would have been a bargain. Certainly it's got a lot of potential to link different blockchains. So that's basically its premise behind it. Substratum going to the moon. Of course, the testnet was successful, as I mentioned before, so now the product will launch. That could only be a few weeks away, guys, and that will, in effect, allow you to run the service behind your original browser and access whatever websites you want, regardless of what governmental controls or what ISP controls are there above your browser. So, fantastic project, and one we need with the current discussion on net neutrality going on. Let's have a look at the gainers and losers. The big one, of course, we just mentioned Presearch. It's now receding quite rapidly, but again, I still think under 20 cents would be probably quite a good time to get into Presearch. IOTA, by far the biggest volume here, and it's just going. It's just keeping on going. I don't know when this is going to stop. It's gone parabolic. You know, it's got a massive circulatory supply, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's going to affect the price in any way. It doesn't seem to be, and yeah. So people just getting in and pushing the price up. It'll be interesting to see how far it actually can go. No other surprises there really, and no surprises on the biggest losers. Oh, number 2, PetroDollar. So people figuring out, of course, that it's not actually the Venezuelan-backed currency. Plex coin, we mentioned it the other day, it was a scam and a fraud, and the owners have been arrested and all their assets seized. Monaco coming back down. It had a big pump the other day. I believe that was because it got listed on 4 different exchanges. And that's about it. Let's see what's been added. Any new ICOs or coins have been added. Presearch, so it's just a day old. And also Cyber Miles is now available. That's also one to watch. That was a very interesting project. And I might discuss that in another video in the next couple of days. So all of the ICOs that launched in the last couple of days, the last week or so, not doing terrifically well. Again, Bitcoin's parabolic ascent is just eclipsing everything, and a lot of people will be getting into IOTA as well with the amount of volume that's going through that. All right, guys, I'll be back later. My excuse for not doing another video yesterday, I did promise, was because I went to dinner and I drank too many beer changs and was in no fit state to actually record anything. So I do apologise if you were hanging on for an ICO or a token review. I'll do another one this afternoon. My chang over is preventing me from going out into the real world, so I think the best use I can make of my time is actually making another video. So that'll come along later. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves. Please like, please subscribe, and let me know if there's anything you want me to do in the comments below, and I'll try to get around to it eventually.